I love that you mentioned family too, because I don't think family, friends, community recognize how big of a role they play in supporting survivors and victims when they try to leave a
Yes.
relationship, especially a marriage. I think in a dating situation, boyfriend, girlfriend, there's a little less pressure. You know, people tend to just kind of let them do their own thing. But in a marriage, family tends to always say, you know, we hear it all the time. I say no to husband and wife business, yes?
Yes,
Then we'll
yes.
make back up just now.
Yes.
She does always go back, this and that. But family and friends don't realize that they play a major role in one, holding the perpetrators accountable, and two, supporting the survivors and the victims and those children when they make the decision to leave, and even the family members of the perpetrator. Because as much as you might love your son, your brother, your friend, your coworker, whatever, who is committing these acts, if you truly love them, you would want to get them some real help rather than being upset with the survivor or the victim because they chose to leave.
Because you want to support him and not support him, and unfortunately that is the general consensus of supporting the man, because how it could look for him not recognizing the hurt and the pain that he is inflicting on
Yeah.
somebody else,
Yeah.
right? So the instinct for many people is to shield the man from accountability and
Yes.
consequence
Yes.
for his actions, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So before it reaches to divorce, we know you would reach out first to maybe a brother, sister, or friend to let them know what was going on.
Yes.
Who was that person?
To get advice. What
to
should
get
I
advice
do?
because
Yeah.
you know, sometimes we make a mistake or not, I mean the wrong choice, sorry, and we ignore all the signs and decide to even though somebody might say somebody might warn you, they might see something, they might you brush that off.
Yeah.
We get into it, so you stay in it for a very long time because you don't want to admit that I really messed up here.
Yeah.
So you try and hoping in the same time God will intervene or the person will change.
Yeah.
Who was that person you?
Well, because I grew up in faith. I grew up in church. It would obviously be faith leaders, and this is why now too I'm a huge advocate, or I push for a lot of training for faith-based leaders. And for joint conversations with survivors as well too, because you know the church has this narrative, or they love to recite the scripture that God leaves the 99 for the one, and in their eyes that one may be the abuser, you know. So they focus so much on how we can get this person to change, and then the victim may be in that group of the 99, and then she gets left behind. The children gets left behind. And the children now, they're looking at the victim or survivor, who's their mother in this instance, but mommy was the one that was going to church all these years. Daddy was the one who was creating chaos in the home. And now the community, the church, the pastor, whoever was supposed to be supporting us, how come they're supporting him? But it's because it's embedded in the nature and the vocabulary of the church. But I can speak to the church. I can't say of other faith groups. But in the church, to go after the one and leave the 99. And as I said, the one sometimes is the person who's doing the harm.
Yes, absolutely.